So, good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Now simmer down. I remind you that this briefing is classified. Now, as you know, the enemy's had it pretty much his own way for the last few years. While we used to be able to rely on the jolly old pension for our retirement security, I'm afraid that's just no longer the case. It's a harsh truth, but there you go. Now, we all know that we have to save for victory, but through a series of sustained, determined and utterly ruthless attacks, the enemy has severely undermined the attractiveness of pensions as a sole retirement planning vehicle. The amount of tax relief that we receive on our contributions has been severely diminished. The lifetime allowance, which is the total amount we can save into our pension pot, has been severely compressed. And the amount that we can save on an annual basis towards our retirement has also been limited to the point where basically it's become blooming difficult to save for our retirement. Now, this all adds up to a severe difficulty in planning for retirement, which are compounded by the fact that if you save too much in your lifetime allowance, then you'll be hit with a walloping great tax charge as well. All rather dispiriting and demoralising stuff, I think you'll agree. Now, this is a completely intolerable state of affairs and something must be done. And this brings me to Operation Undercroft. Undercroft has two elements: under, which will carry improved information about retirement planning, and croft, which will deliver advice to improve our retirement planning strategy. Under will be delivered by this little fellow. We'll be dropping Boson and many of his friends behind enemy lines to disseminate improved information about retirement planning, paving the way for more effective strategic advice. Then that brings us to croft. That's the advisors, that's us by the way, and our job will be to exploit the breach created by Boson. Our job is not only to exploit that breach, but to punch a hole, as it were, into retirement planning and to drive like hell towards greater financial security and independence in our old age. I just check my notes because I'm completely lost at this point. Now, our main thrust, of course, will remain asset-backed investment. As you know, this is the only way to consistently improve the buying power of our money and build it towards a successful retirement. But we will do so using a brand new strategy dreamed up by the boys at Bletchley, which is called tax diversification. Up until this point, our retirement strategy has rather narrowly focused on the pension, on one vehicle, one tax regime, in this case, income tax. And what this means is that if the enemy decides they're going to up income tax or they're going to change the pension rules, well, quite frankly, we're stuffed. What we will be doing instead is we will be advancing towards retirement on a broad front of different investments. We will be laying a carpet of different investments, in fact, which will focus on using a whole range of different vehicles and tax allowances. This will include capital gains, individual savings, share dividends, and possibly even some of the alternative investment vehicles dreamed up by the venture capital boys. The idea being that if the enemy changes one of the tax allowances, then it means that the others should absorb some of that impact and cushion the blow, as it were. Now, I can't say that this will be the easiest party that we've ever attended, because achieving retirement security was never going to be easy. However, I do believe that this tax diversified strategy, in combination with regular reviews of our progress, is the best chance of achieving our retirement, achieving security, and the possibility of leaving little left over to treat the kids. Good, I think that's all. Yes, any questions? Right, carry on. What's up?